So you're enjoying salvaging, but you notice that the buy-in for many of the salvage missions are eating into your profits. There is a way to make money salvaging without opening your contract manager at all. Similar to how rocks spawn for mining, there is a resource that spawns throughout the game world for salvagers. They're called panels. I'm going to teach you how to find them, what laser heads to use, some min-maxing, and where to sell when you're done. I will be doing this all in a vulture. This is very new player friendly, but if you want to achieve similar results in a reclaimer, you can as well with a little bit more effort. Also, there will be chapters down below in the YouTube player, so if you are looking for something specific in the guide, go ahead and skip to what you're trying to learn. So, the first thing we need to figure out is where these panels are located. The answer is really simple. Any asteroid belt and any mining claim around some of the Lagrange point stations. There are two asteroid belts, one around Yela and one very large one around Erin's Halo. Lagrange point stations are labeled on the star map with 3 letters like CRU for Crusader and L1 through 5. There are 5 locations for each planet spread around the system. The claims are located near the stations if you scroll in the map a bit more. Is one of these locations better than the other? That depends. The asteroid belt is filled with panels, but it's highly traveled as Grimhex, a known pirate hangout, is there. But it also is the most efficient salvage location because you have easy and quick access to sell with less jumping or no jumping at all. It's so busy, I've also found panels that were already stripped when I approached them. Erin's Halo is incredibly out of the way. You cannot directly jump to it. You have to jump through it and stop. There are guides on this on other channels. Maybe I'll make one soon, but Erin's Halo isn't traveled as much, so naturally I found fewer panels there, right? Just why would there be salvage at one of these locations? But there are a lot of asteroids. Due to that, I wouldn't recommend it unless you're very paranoid about getting pirated or something like that. The best middle ground, in my opinion, is the mining claims. You have a direct QT marker to them. There are so many. I would say approximately 100 in total, so avoiding pirates becomes quite easy, and the density of panels seems to be on par, if not better, than the Yela asteroid belt. So you found the location you want to salvage. How do you find the panels themselves? This is really easy. I personally stick in nav mode by holding B and then press V to turn on your scanner. Hit tab and you'll see all these little bubbles that appear around you after scanning. If you don't see any, just move around and they'll show up eventually. When you find one, aim your nose at it and you will see a number pop up in the top right of the HUD. RS and then a number. Here you are looking for a number in multiples of 2,000. So 6,000, 8,000, I've seen up to 24,000. Each multiple is another panel. So an RS of 8,000 means there should be 4 panels that are located in that bubble. Any other number is a mineable rock, and if you see 3 numbers, that is a ship, so be careful. Once you find some panels on your scanner, you need to approach them, but don't go too fast. This is where it gets a little complicated. Hit tab regularly, like once a second, and then you'll see at the center of your screen are 2 values on the scanning HUD, signal strength and what reads as Pierce. Signal strength is how close you are to the panels, so keep an eye on this. If it's increasing, you're going in the right direction. If it's not, well, you're not. Pierce is a weird name for angle, but that's all it is. If you mouse wheel up, the scanning mode reduces the angle, so you're making the scanner more focused in the direction you're looking. After I'm in transit to a group of panels, I set my Pierce to like 50 or 75 and ping again. Bam! New icons appear. These are the actual panels, but they are not located right on the icons. They're usually a bit below them. So now I align a bit lower, switch to SCM mode, but stay in scanning. Hit V again if you have to. And once I'm about 85 to 90 signal strength, I know I am very close to a panel and I start to slow down greatly and begin to ping wildly, looking for panels to show. This is a bug at the time of recording. If the icons just stay as you approach in a later patch, I'm happy for you. You can skip past this. Panels will basically appear to spawn when you get close, so look around slightly while continuing to ping and they will eventually show up. Okay, so we are now experts at finding the panels, but we need to get the most out of them. Time is money, so the answer here is really simple. At the time of recording, a braid is the superior salvage laser. It falls in the middle of the small and extremely efficient cinch laser and the very wide diameter laser that burns off a good amount of RMC for the sake of speed, the trawler. You do have 2 lasers to choose from, so if you right-click, it'll swap between them. I suggest on the left side a combination of a braid and the stock tractor beam, and on the right side, a braid and trawler. A really cool tip is you could take a little time and bring the panels all very close together using the beam and make your life a little simpler when starting hole scraping. The trawler could be good if you know there is more RMC than you can hold and you just want to speed up the process a bit, so you can combine it with the abrade on the left. A quick note, you can rotate your lasers individually by selecting them and pressing Left-Alt-S for the left side, then right-click and swap the laser, and then Left-Alt-D for the right side. To combine both lasers again, you can use Left-Alt-S. Now we have a buffer system with salvage ships, and we're able to build up a buffer of 13 SCU of RMC before we need to go downstairs and place any containers on our grid. Once you hit that, you can simply move all the RMC on the grid, leave one in the staging area, fill the buffer again, and head out for a total of 26 SCU. Or I can show you how to fit 13 more. Start by placing your first boxes on the far right side of the ship grid, and then move from right to left, filling every inch of space. You may need to leave the filler station area open, but you could fit 26 containers pretty safely in the hold, plus 13 in the buffer to deal with later. Once you sell your first 26, simply head back to the hangar and add another 13 to your grid and sell again. Salvaging is a lawful act, so as long as you didn't steal the RMC from anyone else, you're able to sell your material at all the major cities in Stanton. The Trade and Development Division is where you will do that. Grimhex, the salvage yards, and even Port Tressler accept RMC as well, but the TDD locations fetch the most profit. Area 18 is the highest value of RMC at 15k, and Grimhex is like 12k, as well as the other salvage yards. I personally go to whatever I'm closest to, and once you sell the 26, simply head back to the hangar and the final 13 on your grid. Sell again. Really simple. All right, that's my first guide in the books for 323. A little bit late, as I have a bit of imposter syndrome when it comes to guides, as so many people in the space do it so well. I hope you enjoyed this. Please give any feedback below, and if the guide helped you, please share it around and subscribe for more, since I did really enjoy the process, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.